In this part of income tax updates, we will discuss income tax notification number 29-2016, dated April 28, 2016 regarding income tax, 10th Amendment, Rules, 2016. Firstly, let's discuss highlights of amendment. Sub-Rule 7. Approval of a program under subsection 2AA shall be subject to the specified conditions in Sub-Rule 7. For the words and brackets Director General, income tax exemptions, wherever they occur, the words Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax or Director General of Income Tax having jurisdiction over the sponsor shall be substituted. Amendment in Sub-Rule 7A. Approval of expenditure incurred on in-house research and development facility by a company under subsection 2A of Section 35 shall be subject to the specified conditions. Amendment in Form Number.3CK. Application form for entering into an agreement with the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research for cooperation in in-house research and development facility and for audit of the accounts maintained for that facility. Now take a look on detail notification. SOE. In exercise of the powers conferred by Section 35, read with Section 295 of the Income Tax Act, 1961, 43 of 1961. The Central Board of Direct Taxes hereby makes the following rules further to amend the Income Tax Rules, 1962, namely, 1. These rules may be called the Income Tax 10th Amendment Rules 2016. 2. They shall come into force on the first day of July 2016. 2. In the Income Tax Rules 1962, hereafter referred to as the said rules, in Rule 6, in Sub-Rule 7, for the words and brackets Director General, income tax exemptions, wherever they occur, the words Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax or Director General of Income Tax having jurisdiction over the sponsor shall be substituted. B. In Sub-Rule 7A, A, for Clause B, the following clauses shall be substituted, namely, B. The prescribed authority shall furnish electronically its report, I, in relation to the approval of in-house research and development facility in Part A of Form Number.3CK, II. Quantifying the expenditure incurred on in-house research and development facility by the company during the previous year and eligible for weighted deduction under subsection 2A of Section 35 of the Act in Part B of Form Number.3CK. The report in Form Number.3CK referred to in Clause B shall be furnished electronically by the prescribed authority to the Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax or Director General of Income Tax having jurisdiction over such company within 120 days, I, of the grant of the approval, in a case referred to in Subclause I of Clause B, II of the submission of the audit report, in a case referred to in subclause II of Clause B. Clause C. For the words, figures and letters, a copy thereof shall be furnished to the Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research by 31st day of October of each succeeding year. The words, figures, letters and brackets, a report of audit in Form Number 3CK shall be furnished electronically to the Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research on or before the due date specified in Explanation 2 to subsection 1 of Section 139 of the Act for furnishing the return of income for each succeeding year shall be substituted. C. After Subrule 7A, the following subrule shall be inserted, namely, 8. For the purposes of this rule, the Principal Director General of Income Tax Systems shall specify the procedures, formats and standards for ensuring secure capture and transmission of data, and shall also be responsible for the day-to-day administration in relation to furnishing the information in the manner so specified. 3. In the said rules, in Appendix II, in Form Number 3CK, I, in Part A, for Item 3, the following shall be substituted, namely, 3. Address, phone number of the Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax or Director General of Income Tax having jurisdiction over the company. 3A. Please specify the nature and business activity of the company. A. Business of biotechnology. B. Manufacture production of article or things. Please specify the product. II. In Part B, A. For items II and 3, the following shall be substituted, namely, II. The above research and development facility shall be exclusively used by the first party to carry out scientific research relating to biotechnology or manufacture or production of any eligible article or thing under subsection 2 of Section 35 of the Act. The first party shall provide full cooperation to the second party in carrying out the research and development work relating to biotechnology or manufacture or production of eligible article or thing under subsection 2 of Section 35 of the Act. B. In Item V, for the words and brackets, Director General of Income Tax, exemptions, within a period of 60 days, the words Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax or Director General of Income Tax having jurisdiction over the first party within a period of 120 days shall be substituted. 3. In Part C, for Items 3 and 4, the following shall be substituted, namely, 3. Render full cooperation in carrying out the research and development work relating to biotechnology or manufacture or production of any eligible article or thing under subsection 2 of Section 35 of the Act. 4. Ensure that the company does not manufacture any product listed in the 11th Schedule of the Act. B. V. Ensure that the company shall reflect the capital and revenue expenditure on in-house research and development facility in the Schedule's notes to accounts in the audited financial statement of the company prepared for the purposes of its annual report and for the purposes of computation of income tax. B. Submit the information as per Annexure I and Annexure II every year for the approved period on or before the due date specified in Explanation 2 to subsection 1 of Section 139 of the Act for furnishing the return of Ensure that the assets acquired by the approved facility will be utilized only for the approved purpose and shall not be disposed of without the approval of the Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. 4. After Part C, the following shall be inserted, namely, information to be furnished separately in respect of each research and development facility approved by prescribed authority under Section 35, 2 of the Act. 1. Name and address of the registered office of the company. 2. Permanent account number of the company. 3. Previous year. 4. Assessment year. 5. A brief note on progress of each of the projects shown in the application to the prescribed authority at the time of approval. Any changes with regard to the scope of the projects as originally envisaged may be highlighted. 6. Details of any additional projects taken up during the previous year. 7. Details of changes, if any, in the research and development infrastructure during the previous year. 8. Details of research and development achievements and technologies commercialized during the previous year. 9. Details of patents obtained and/or filed during the previous year. 10. Details of any other changes in the approved research and development center. That the above details are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Signature of the principal officer of the company. Name, designation and address. Annexure II details of expenditure incurred on the research and development facility center approved by the prescribed authority under Section 35, 2 of the Act. 1. Assessment year. 2. Previous year. 3. Location of the research and development facility. 4. Details of expenditure, in Rs. Lax. I. Land. II. Buildings. B. Capital expenditure. I. Equipment. II. Others. B. C3 total. C. Revenue expenditure. B. C. Total. D. Total expenditure on the approved research and development. Certify that above expenditure claimed is as per the guidelines issued by Department of Scientific and Industrial Research and is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Signature of the principal officer of the company. Name, designation and address. Date, place. B. For Form Number 3CL, the following forms shall be substituted, namely, Form Number 3CL, see Rule 6, report to be submitted by the prescribed authority to the income tax authority specified under Section 35, 2 of the Income Tax Act, 1961. 1. Name and address of the registered office of the company including telex fax phone numbers. 2. Permanent account number, PAN, of the company. 3. Name and designation of the principal officer of the company. 4. Nature of business activity of the company. I. Business of biotechnology. II. Manufacture production of any eligible article or thing under subsection 2 of Section 35 of the Act. Please specify, Part A1, annual production of the eligible products of the company during the past 3 years. 2. Proposed objectives of scientific research contemplated by the company. 3. Whether the nature of the business is related to the proposed objectives of the scientific research contemplated by the company. 4. Details of the nature of existing in-house research and development facilities, specifying whether the in-house research and development facility is adequate for carrying out scientific research. 5. Registration number, date and validity of recognition granted by Department of Scientific and Industrial Research to the in-house research and development center of the company. 6. Whether agreement for cooperation and research and development facility and for audit of the accounts maintained for that facility entered into. Part B1. Assessment Year 2. Previous Year 3. Location of the research and development facility. 4. Annual production of the eligible products during the year. 5. Details of expenditure, in Rs. Lakhs. A. I. Land. II. Buildings. B. Capital expenditure. I. Equipment. II. Others. 3. Total. C. Revenue expenditure. I. Expenditure directly related to research and development. B. C. II. Total. D. Total expenditure on the approved research and development center, excluding land and building. E. Details of assets disposed of, transferred. I certify that the above details are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Signature of Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. Date, place. C. After Form Number 3CL, the following forms shall be inserted, namely, Number 3 Clause. See Rule 6. Report from an accountant to be furnished under subsection 2 of Section 35 of the Act relating to in-house scientific research and development facility. 1. We have audited the accounts of the in-house research and development center of MS located at which is approved under Section 35, 2 of the Act by the prescribed authority. Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. Vide Order No. Dated. 2. We certify that the company has maintained separate accounts for the Research and Development Center approved by Department of Scientific and Industrial Research under subsection 2 of Section 35 of the Act. B. The accounts have been satisfactorily maintained. The expenditure certified is also in consonance with Department of Scientific and Industrial Research Guidelines 3. 3. The expenditure of Rs, revenue Rs, capital Rs, land and building Rs, others Rs, reported for the financial year, relevant to the assessment year, is correct to the best of my knowledge and belief as per the result of the audit of the approved research and development center carried out by me. Also the research and development capital expenditure is reflected on page, and revenue expenditure on page, in the audited financial statement annual report. Signature of accountant, name of the accountant, address of accountant, membership, no, date, place, notes. 1. Delete whichever is not applicable. 2. This report has to given by an accountant. Accountant means an accountant as defined in the explanation below subsection 2 of Section 288 of the Income Tax Act, 1961, d. in Form Number 3CM, I. After Item 5, the following shall be inserted, namely, 6. Registration number, date and validity of recognition granted by Department of Scientific and Industrial Research to the in-house research and development center of the company. I. For the words and brackets Director General, income tax exemptions, occurring at the end, the words Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director General of Income Tax or Director General of Income Tax having jurisdiction over the company shall be substituted. Your feedback is important for us. Mail us at tldcdeli@gmail.com. Call us at 0999988235. Never miss a chance to view new videos. Subscribe our channel and like our videos. Currently the subscription is free.